Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. This is Tolu Sarah Johnson. This is the book Reframe Heaven, and this is chapter 22.
Thank you. And chapter 22 says, this is where creativity finds its full expression. Music, ideas, beauty, creation without limitation. I love that. Creation without limitations. There's so many limitations on earth that impact how creative we can be. Even musicians that are very creative, a lot of times there are rules and regulations around what they can write into their song or what they cannot. Wouldn't it be good to live in a world where creation is without limitation? And I think a lot of us do think creativity belongs to a few, the gifted, the talented, the recognized. But the quiet belief that creative art boundaries is not right. Because Papa let me know that everything I created carries creativity. Creativity is not a talent. It is a nature. It is how you are created. It comes from him. And you need to start seeing creativity is not something you learn first. It's something you carry because you came from a creator. So you carry it. God is a creator. Look at all the beautiful human beings that God has created. Sometimes I look at races, different races, we all look differently. And I'm thinking, this God is so creative. How did he make all of this? Have you looked at the animals? And you see how different they are, but they are beautiful the way they've been created. So if you've got a creator, why do you think you have not got any creativity in you? So I've understand that it's something I carry. I carry my own creativity. Matthew carries his own creativity. You carry your own creativity. And the good thing is in heaven, it is unrestricted. It is not filtered. It is not suppressed. It is not doubted. You can come out with your creative, with your expression. And expression becomes effortless because nothing is held back, because your creativity is able to flow. But I know that people in heaven that probably they've not tapped into their creativity, but that's their own decision. But for the ones that are willing to tap into it, they are able to see who God has created them to be and the things that He has impacted into them. You don't you don't overthink it. You don't question, am I good enough? Will this be accepted? You just simply express yourself, express what is within you. I love to express myself in writings. That is the key way I can express myself now. But a day is going to come, maybe there will be so many other ways that I will be able to express myself because creation has no ceiling, there's no limit. And this is where imagination expands. There's no limit at all. My husband did say recently, like, even my wife did not believe that I'd become a musician. Yes, because I didn't see music in Ben while he was on earth. I know he loved music a lot, but I never knew that he wanted to be a music writer. And because he's in heaven, he has been able to explore that. So you can explore different things. Maybe you are not a prophet while you were on earth, and you are not a prophet in heaven. Princess Diana, yes, she's into fashion. She loves fashion on her, but now she's got his own fashion brand itself. And that's what heaven can do. There's no resource limit. Like maybe I don't have enough money to start this business. No. And what happens? Ideas multiply, music evolves, beauty deepens, expression increases. The more you use it, the more it becomes bigger and bigger. Because nothing restricts you, no fear, no comparison, no rejection. You could, although yes, people experience rejection in heaven, but in different ways. I don't think you experience your own rejection in your creativity. So creativity becomes reality. What you create is experience. And this is where creation is not just seen, it is entered. That's what I've seen about heaven, about what I've heard. You will enter into it. The door is open for you. It's your choice to either enter or stay out. And what is designed can become a blessing to other people's life. When your creativity comes alive, you are adding value to so many people's life. And music, for instance, finds its true form. Sound becomes an expression for the ones that find their creativity in music. They've been able to feel that they are living their experience. Just like Michael said that there were so many music I created on earth I wasn't happy about. But when I got to heaven, I was able to recreate them. So that's so beautiful that we can continue to evolve, that our beauty is unrestricted. Nothing is diminished. The beauty is not limited to what is visible. It expands into so many ways. It expands to who you are because your beauty reflects in. And I believe there's, yes, there might be comparison, but there's a level of comparison. No, there's a level of no comparison as well that still exists because you're not measured because this is where you release competence. Sorry, you're not measured because this is who you are. Every other person, everybody rather is able to express themselves just the way they are. And your expression is yours. It's not compared. It's not ranked. It's not reduced because creativity is personal. You create from who you are, not from pressure that you have on earth. I remember the first time we spoke to Freddie Mercury and said, Tolu, it was so stressful writing music on her because you need to continue to write the one that is going to be the next hit, always on the road. It was so tiring for him. And that's what people that are creating music. It comes with a lot of stress, but in heaven, that can be reduced heavily because creativity is not forced anymore. You don't need to do it because you need to earn money or you need to be popular, you need to be that person. You can just be yourself. An expression does not need to be judged the way you express yourself because in heaven it feels natural, it feels free, it feels joyful. So creativity continues, it does not end. And this is where you understand you will never run out of ideas. I've asked so many times, I've asked my husband, say, will you ever run ideas of writing books? And no. Oh, sorry, of writing songs. No, you will never run out of idea because the source does not run out and you are connected to him. And the lie that needs to fall away from this chapter is creativity is limited. No, you need to replace it with the truth that your creativity is infinite. It flows, it expands, it expresses. And you need to shift your mind from this is where you stop holding yourself back and you begin to express yourself fully, freely, without limitation. Pass on back to you, Matthew.
So I got a question for you, Tolu. Will you ever run out of books to write on Earth?
No, never, never. Even if this conversation stopped today, I will never run out of ideas.
Yeah, see, so that's just the divine living in Tolu, and the divine can live in you too. So Michael Jackson started producing one song with John Lennon and one song with John Lennon, and that was more of a pop song or more of a love song. One song for serious subjects, one song for more idyllic subjects, and through these interviews with saints in heaven and through these interviews with heaven tuning in and with heaven's resource packs that Charlie Kirk organised, heaven went into like a growth stage and a lot of people grew. Michael was told to write songs about the future, and he wrote 100 songs. And a few months ago, they started playing those 100 songs as they started to manifest. Diana has gone on and created a certain portion of her brand of clothes for elite people in heaven. So people who reach realm 7 and become part of the ruling elite in heaven have got a special brand that you can't wear those clothes unless you're elite. So as the elite walk through places in lower realms, people can recognize that they're the elite. They don't necessarily have to hide these days. Remember when I said people from realm 7 can go to realm 1, but the people in realm 1 don't have to see them. The elite can choose to dress in realm 7 clothing and appear in realm 1. And when people approach them, they can minister to them and help them and counsel them and encourage them. So Dinah has also been promoted through a lot of good work in the school with the school children and with her fashion. She'd been promoted to become like the Queen of Heaven. When the Queen of England died, she had a couple of weeks off and then became like the Queen of Heaven and was opening official buildings for Jesus. And Mary Magdalene used to do that. Then, after about a year, the Queen moved aside, and my mother took over that position. And she did it for a while, and then she was sort of mentoring the Queen, and my mother were mentoring Princess Diana. And now Diana holds that position that she was due to hold. And if she was on Earth and still with Prince with King Charles, she'd be the Queen of England, but
Yeah.
someone else is the Queen of England at the moment. But she's got that position in heaven, what she was born for. That was stolen from her, and that was her destiny. Everyone that knows Princess Diana knew that she was destined to be queen, and she is now Queen of Heaven. And I'll tell you something that's radical for the readers of this book, and you're probably the first people to find out, but there's marriages in heaven, and people can get married in heaven. And the verse that contradicts that is not understood properly. And Princess Diana got married to someone in heaven, and I'll allow that to be a mystery unless Tolu gives permission to say who she married. But there are marriages in heaven, and we discussed before that when you're married in heaven, you live with your partner that you lived with all your life, and you're able to continue your marriage in heaven. So heaven is built on progress and performance. I heard a scripture that everyone knows that I couldn't fully understand all my life, and I tried to understand. Many are called, few are chosen, and I had like a lack of understanding when it came to that verse. The Holy Spirit hadn't like revealed what it really meant to me. Then I heard another rendering of that verse. A rendering means the verse was written another way. Many are called, few are trusted. And
Wow.
that's a completely different understanding. And so many people are called to heaven, many people have got a calling, but there's very few people God trusts. So to
Hmm.
get promotion and to get success and get elevation in heaven, God needs to trust you. So in order to be promoted in heaven and find your way into success in heaven, you've got to prove yourself worthy.
Wow. Thank you, Matthew. Can we allow Elvis to speak to this chapter?
Oh, well, it's so good to get an opportunity. Matthew was in the toilet wondering, if this book has 35 chapters, if who's going to be involved in all the chapters. And I'm so happy. I've got a good collection of songs. I've got a nice house. I've got a swimming pool that the elite of heaven have been meeting in, and God and Jesus swim in the swimming pool and meet all these elite people. And you can tune into Matthew's other recordings that he does each day where they interview saints from heaven, and you can find out about that swimming pool and who are the elite that swim in that swimming pool. It's got another function, and it brings some of the most powerful people of heaven to my house, and I served them drinks and I served them food. I've got a full bar at my swimming pool. That's another thing about heaven. Heaven, Kat Kerr teaches, another person, you can cross that out. Another person teaches that heaven's alcohol isn't alcoholic, but that's an error. Like, heaven's alcohol does have alcohol in it, and you can get tipsy, and yet people are healed in heaven and they've coped with their trauma. So people aren't getting drunk in heaven or not making a habit of getting drunk in heaven. So I serve alcohol in my bar, and you can just have a pool party and go around in the pool drinking your drink and come back for another drink. And yeah, so I have fun in heaven. I've written some good music. I have to agree that the John Lennon and the Michael Jackson collaboration is a powerful collaboration. And Michael actually, Ben's Tolu's husband actually works with other musicians and collaborates with them and improves their music. Even people like King David will come to Ben and ask him to edit his lyrics and stuff. So Ben's been a producer on other people's music too, which maybe Tolu forgets that he does that too. There's so much happening in heaven. Honestly, guys, I have to tell you that if you go to Matthew's channel and you follow him and you listen to the daily recordings that come out around about the same time every day, you really would learn a lot about heaven. I grew and my music has sing. I write books. I write non-fiction books. I write theological books. I write fictional books. And I've got quite a large following writing books. And fiction is a wonderful way to put through concepts and change people's opinions of things. And you can put people in situations where their theology and their prophetic ability overcomes the trouble that's in their life, and you can really reinforce some powerful spiritual concepts in a greater way in fiction than you can in non-fiction. So this is why this book is so good. It was such an ingenious thing that Tolu incorporated, that you not only have got the theory coming through in each chapter, but you got one of us saints speaking into this chapter as a final addition to each chapter. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Elvis. Wow. I'd love to come to your pool party, by the way. So, as we close, creativity is not restricted, it is released. Music, ideas, beauty flow without limitation. It's not forced, but natural, not measured, but expressed. And when you begin to see that, you stop questioning what you carry and you begin to release what was always meant to be expressed. God bless.
God bless you.